Good group meeting is now being recorded. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. As you can tell, I was gonna say, music off? Great. I am not Kevin Sims, but just want to say welcome to everybody. I'm Lori Stevens, and I serve as the Chief Development and Community Engagement Officer at PanCan, and want to thank everyone for joining us for this session of PanCan Academy, the Mission Series. So week 3. And first of all, want to say we're going to have a great kind of hosts and facilitators tonight with Charisse and Meredith, our staff partners, and with Ed and Kathy from our volunteers. So thanks so much, you guys, for helping out tonight. We really appreciate it. And then also, just as a reminder, as far as kind of just housekeeping, certainly we do want to see chat or questions. So how to submit a question using your chat icon. And also, please, if you're not speaking, please be sure to mute your audio. And hopefully we are able to see all of you and your shining faces tonight as we're able to get together. So really look forward to that. And then I really have to say, while it truly every day is Volunteer Appreciation Day, really want to say Happy Volunteer Appreciation Week. Yay, I know, I gotta say, we got some applause going for the volunteers. Truly, all of you are the people that make PanCan what it is. It is your sparkle spirit and your purple passion that every day makes the work that we do such a joy. And truly, we could not do this without you. So thank you so much. And again, happy Volunteer Appreciation Week. Yes, our volunteers are the best, Jen. I will definitely echo that sentiment. And then next, again, all of our series is supported by our sponsors at Bristol Myers Squibb and AstraZeneca, 2 of our great corporate partners that we have with PanCan. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Charisse. Hey, Charisse.
Hey, Lori.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's going really well. Thanks so much for opening us up this afternoon. It's great to see so much beautiful, lovely faces, whether you're in the sunshine or in the rain or in the snow. Thank you for taking your afternoon and joining us. Welcome to our mission series. Each session will continue to build on the other. Our topics tonight are meeting your peers. Of course, we can't cover everything in the 5 hours for the different series, but we hope that some of these series will make you think about just the beginning of what your affiliate can do. We really want to begin conversations and for you all to be able to meet other members within your affiliate and outside of your affiliate, and to grow with your staff partners and volunteers across the country. So with that being said, let's take a look at the rest of our sessions. April 27th, next week, we have Mission Committee Challenges. You're not alone. I know a lot of us have challenges, whether it's recruiting or growth or just getting out there and trying to make some things move, but you're not alone. We're going to tackle those next week on the 27th. And then on May 4th, may the 4th be with you, as we tackle Mission Accomplished, Keys to Success and What to Do Next. All that's some great stuff coming up, and we hope to see you in these next couple of weeks. So with that being said, let's dive into today's sessions. Our focus is understanding your role, understanding the roles of others on your team, and what success looks like tactically. And with this first one here, we're going to ask a couple of questions. This is a little bit of an annotation. So we're going to ask that you put a check or a heart or something of that nature, or your name on the scale. So let's be real with each other at this time. There's no judgment. This is judgment-free zone. We're all here together. We're all here to learn from one another. So on a scale, how confident are you articulating your role? How confident are you describing your role or telling folks outside of PanCan, of the organization, what do you do within your mission role? So if you know how to annotate, everyone knows how to annotate, yes? middle portion of your screen. If you look up to the middle portion of your screen where it says view options and click that at the top of your screen, ratio, request, remote, annotation. You see that there? I see some nods, some no's. If you could just annotate there how confident you are with articulating your role. I see a lot of folks are looking pretty good here. A lot of you are pretty confident with what you're doing out there with the mission of Can. You're driving it forward. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, next. This is a trickier one. How confident are you with articulating the roles of other mission committee members? Let's annotate that one. Are you over here? I don't know what he does. I know he's on my committee. Or are you over here? You know, the happy, cool guy. Oh yeah, we all get along. We work together. We push the mission forward in our communities. Let's annotate. All right. We have it all along the spectrum here. So that means I think we're in the right place today. I think we're in the right place to learn and what we all do within the mission committee and learn from one another. And I am going to kick this over to Miss Meredith.
Thanks, Cherise. And hey, everyone, welcome to tonight's Mission Academy. So exactly what Cherise was saying, really to kind of open tonight, we really want to focus this evening on teamwork, and what that sort of looks like to us is how do we work as a team if we don't know how to articulate our role, and then also know what the rest of our team is doing to make sure that we can partner together as effectively as possible. So this evening, as Cherise mentioned, is really focusing on identifying what are the goals that we have in our role, and then also how are we really sort of living through that. And this sort of goes beyond, you know, just maybe reading through the guidebooks that we have on Volunteer Central. This is sort of taking that next step into understanding and really articulating that and hearing from others, both, you know, on your same team, but also across the country, what mission looks like in each of our own communities. So next slide, please. So to really kick off this understanding, we are going to start with this matching activity. So we're going to be annotating again, this time drawing some lines. We have some mission committee job titles on the left and some really quick descriptions. I love it. Rob, thank you so much for already drawing that first line. Folks, feel free to start to, you know, pull together where you see connections, you know. Who do you think builds a committee to cover congressional districts? Who engages with survivors, caregivers? Who gathers, you know, survivors, family, and friends who care about this disease at an event? Who really owns the right track in patient services? Where does this all go? Who manages the committee and really, you know, recruits other folks to it? What's really cool about this, I'm seeing some things where they're overlapping, and then I'm seeing some things where, you know, we're all drawing to exactly the same thing. So clearly we have, you know, a clearer picture of what some roles do than others. So I'm really excited. And then we can go ahead and actually clear the annotations and go to the next slide. Thank you all for joining that annotation session. I really personally loved it. And on the next slide, here's our really quick answer key. So our Purple Light Chair, you know, pulls together an event to kind of bring the community together and honor, remember, and inspire us all. Our November Awareness Chair really leads the coordination of our November Awareness team or November Awareness campaign. Our Outreach Chair is our sort of our champion of the right track and of patient services, and helps to really build connections in the community and bring them into the affiliate and into the PanCan network. And then our Advocacy Chair is really focused on engaging and increasing federal funding through outreach in key congressional districts. Our Survivor Caregiver Chairs really own our survivor and caregiver engagement locally, as you might sort of have picked up from the name. And then our Mission Chair really recruits the committee and also leads the committee and helps everyone on the committee, even with seemingly disparate roles, work together very effectively. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic over to Kathy Cronin.
Thank you, Meredith. Hi, everyone. I'm Kathy Cronin, and I'm the affiliate chair for Pittsburgh. But I previously was in the mission chair role, and I've also held other roles within the mission committee. As volunteers, we want to be effective in what we're doing. So understanding our role and the roles of our peers is critical to our success of spreading PanCAN's mission throughout our communities. So in a few minutes, we're going to go into breakout rooms, and most, if not all, of the roles of the committee will be in your breakouts. So first, you'll want to spend some time talking about your role, and then we're going to share in the breakout so others can hear about your role, and then you can hear from others. And collectively, we'll want to then define the role, the goals and objectives of your role. Next slide, please. Well, the breakout will be quick. We'll only have about 13 minutes. We're just to align and give you time with your peers. Take a moment and answer a few questions about your role. First, how does my position drive PanCAN's mission? Who is my target audience? What are the goals of my role? And what is the impact of my role? And when you come back from your breakout, be prepared to answer these questions from the perspective of another role, not your own. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm hoping that you had a great breakout session like we did. I had a couple people in my group that we talked about our different roles, and we had a brand new volunteer, JB. He is going to be moving into the Orange County affiliate. And JB, do you mind telling us a little bit about what you learned, maybe about one or more of the roles?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I'm JB Hasso. Be coming into the Orange County affiliate, moving from the Raleigh-Durham area this summer and going back to Southern California. So I really learned from the group of a lot of veterans and a lot of experience within the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network that was in my group. And it was absolutely phenomenal to listen to their stories and really understand how the importance of everybody understanding the roles between everybody's all the volunteer roles within the affiliate. What I did here was a lot of some of the advocacy, some of the affiliate chairs were having to cover down in vacancies or cover down for people, and understanding those roles and helping keep the affiliate moving forward, regardless of vacancies or if people can or cannot make it to different events or meetings. So that was a lot that I learned, and I think I'm going to get a lot of mentorship from my group for sure.
Great, thank you, JB. Is there another breakout group that would like to share?
Yeah, Kathy, we had a good discussion. I wish it was a little bit longer. I mean, I think we got a lot of good points that were brought up. If Barbara doesn't mind, I kind of put her on the spot at the last minute. We were still talking and the time was running out. But she's got some great things going on, and she really has a lot of great experience, and I'd love her to maybe share a few things with the rest of the group.
Okay, I had to find the unmute button. It was a great group, a great discussion, and I think everybody's in agreement that I'm mission chair, but under mission chair fall all the other committees, the awareness, November awareness, Purple Lights, outreach, all of them, and how critical they are for us in the community of Patient Central to get information and awareness out to everybody. The medical community still to this day is very unknowledgeable. That's not really a word, but they need to have more input, more discussion, know what's going on, what's new, what's different. And I also include in ours pharmacists, because they see new patients as they're diagnosed, getting medications they know nothing about, and it's a good time to introduce them to Patient Central. November Purple Lights, how it honors those who have passed, and it also, and in their memory, and it also honors those survivors that are there and their caregivers, and they're all together in a unit for this memorial service, so to speak, and honor every different component of that, the deceased and the survivors and the caregivers, and acknowledge them as to what they do. November awareness is getting out there. We use radio and television media a lot for November awareness. We put the signs in our yards. We convinced TV stations to wear purple all week long, or for however, all month if they can, on their shows every day, things like this. And I think everybody had a component of all of those different things that they are doing or trying to do. And I don't know, it was just a great talk about how we can meet the mission of PanCan and Patient Central and get everybody out there so they know where they can go to get the information and to complete their cycle and know they have someplace to go all the time for their answers. So you have to be involved. Mission chair, you're kind of involved in all the different areas. So that's kind of what we talked about. Did I do okay, Ed?
You did
You
great.
did
Barbara.
wonderful. Perfect.
I think you talked about every role within the mission committee. We might have time for one more person to share. Is there another committee that would like to share? No. Jacqueline from North Louisiana or Louisiana, she had a perspective on, because of the split of her state and the split of her affiliate, about how we need to get to know each other and merge together. So Jacqueline, do you have a minute that you could share with us?
Sure. Like she said, my name is Jackie Como. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, which is up in North Louisiana, and I'm the November Awareness Chairperson. And because our affiliate, well, it's Louisiana affiliate now, but the bulk of everyone's in South Louisiana, which is about 5.5 hours from me. But it's good to be aware of and know the other roles. That way that even though we can talk and the others can talk to people up here, I still feel like I have to be knowledgeable in their role also, in case there's somebody face to face that I need to see or talk to. And I've also been with PanCan for 13 years and actually served in all the roles. Some of them have different names now, but of the advocacy, and at the time it was education and outreach, Purple Light, and now November Awareness. So it's just good to be knowledgeable in all the other roles within the mission, because depending on your geographic setup, you never know when you need to answer something or tell someone something from the other roles.
Great. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing that. And I think that that's reflected exactly back to what we're discussing this evening. Next slide. Thank you. So this one we're gonna do in the chat. If you can tell me which picture doesn't belong. So if you could just throw some numbers in their chat there and tell me which of the 4 doesn't belong. Okay, we have 3, 2, 2. A lot of people are choosing 2. Okay, so, well, they're all different, right? There's something unique about each one of them. You could say number 2 is the one that's different because it's all white, but you could also pick number 3 because it has a ceramic vase. And they all have different kind of flowers, and that's okay. But they all know their role. Each adds value in its own way. It's not about having one right answer. It's about finding a way to know what's most appropriate, given your role, the reality of your affiliate, and the impact you're aiming to achieve. And for us as volunteers, we're all in a different place. just beginning our volunteer journey like JB, or perhaps far in like Jackie. Perhaps we don't have a mission chair. Pittsburgh doesn't have a mission chair. Or to be successful, we need to recruit other volunteers. And that's all okay. We're all going to define success differently. And so now Edward's going to kick off our next session to talk about that.
Thanks a lot, Kathy. So as Lori mentioned earlier, I'm the outreach chair for Kansas City, and I've been doing this for about 3 years now. So the last breakout session was great because we got a high level view of what each of the roles are, or responsibilities, right? And so now the next question is, how do I measure success? How do I know what I'm achieving, or what tactics or resources do I have to get to my goal? And I understand that. I mean, especially when I started, it wasn't really clear for me, like, what is outreach chair? And I kind of had to define it or look for my resources, and finally understood that, okay, it's raise awareness, right? Let's keep it simple. Let's raise awareness. Let's build the relationships with various organizations in the community to spread the word about PanCan, what resources we have, how we can support it, and also educate people about pancreatic cancer. And so this next breakout session is really for us to, okay, we've defined what our role is, but then how do we build upon that? And so what I'd like to do is keep it simple. And on the next slide, you'll see how I presented it is almost like a pyramid, correct? So you've laid a foundation. You already know this is what my role in general is supposed to do. And I'll use outreach chair as an example because that's the role I'm in. It's to increase awareness, right? One, at the end of the day, it's all of us basically have that type of role. And then you've got this middle chunk of, okay, what are my goals and objectives in my role? Or what tactics can I help me build this pyramid? And kind of building off what Kathy was saying earlier with the flower example, there is no one right answer, okay? I mean, do what you feel comfortable with, do what's right for your given affiliate. I may have a pyramid on this screen, but you may come back and say, I'm new at this. I just want to do a little Lego building. Lego building's fine. Or you can go all out and maybe build like the Burj Khalifa, like the tallest building in the world. So this session will help us really define that middle section, right? Okay, so what tactics that work for me? What can I hear from my peers to build upon that? And then what's my definition of success? And success, the pinnacle of that top, whether it's the Lego building, the Burj Khalifa, or this pyramid, it again varies. Do not feel like your definition of success must be like you have to hit a home run the first time through. You do not. I mean, it's just one step at a time. And that one step at a time will really help us make the difference for pancreatic cancer survivors, families, et cetera, that are going through this, and really help us get to where we want. So your pinnacle top, it may be a gold star, or it may be just like a little Lego piece on top of it, but it's still fine. So let's go into the logistics of this next breakout session. And kind of there's two questions I kind of want us to ask, which is I think it's the what and the how. So, right, what steps can I take to make progress toward my objectives, right? Just very top line question, what steps? And again, there is no right answer. Whatever works for you may be the best solution for you, and baby steps again. And then lastly, how do I know when I've achieved my goals? Okay, so set your own personal goal as to what your definition of success is. As a quick anecdotal example for me, I went to a table setup event at a local community center. Not a lot of people stopped by, but one person stopped by. I talked to that person for a good 30 plus minutes, maybe longer. And at the end of it, they were just so thankful. And they said, I had no idea about PanCan. I'm going to go to Patient Central. I'm going to learn about all this stuff. And for me, that was success, even though it was one person. Okay. So we're going to have about 30 minutes for each of our breakout groups to talk about this. My recommendation, if you can, come up with 2 goals, maybe 1, maybe 2, ideally 2, of what you want to achieve in the next 3 months, 1 year period. And also during this period, when you're doing the breakout session, do not be shy. There is no right answer. You're in the purple family. If you want to screw up in this family. It's okay. We're here to support one another. We're all here to support one another. And then secondly, in these breakout sessions, if you feel like there's not enough time, because I know my last one, we kind of ran out of time, jot the person's name down that you want to follow up with, or people that you think may have a good idea, follow up with them, because I'm sure they're more than happy to help. So I think on that note, we're ready for the breakouts, right? So is that the time to cue it?
It is cute. Everyone should receive an invitation to join a room.
So I think we had a really great breakout session. As usual, I wish we had much more time. Unfortunately, we did not. I had two people on everyone had great feedback. I had two people on my team that I thought I would love for them to share. So I think Kristen from Indianapolis, if you don't mind sharing what your goals are, that'd be great.
Yeah, hi everyone. I am the survivor and caregiver chair in Indianapolis. I'm brand new. So one of my goals is just to get to know the role and kind of figure out what I'm doing in general. But the other one, as I think about what the survivor and caregiver chair does, I want to try to bring survivors together and caregivers together. So I want to try to establish like at least a quarterly event, getting them together separately, and so that it's kind of low stress. And if it's a Zoom in the beginning, like just where you can get together and do like a game or something just to make connections. That's sort of what I'm thinking to start with.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. I mean, I think Indianapolis, I'm excited to hear what else you guys have coming up. So that's perfect. Also, Elizabeth in our breakout group, she's a Purple Light position, and maybe you can share what your initial goals are.
Hi guys, sorry for all the background noise. As he said, Purple Light from New Jersey, and my main goal is to find a new location to host our Purple Light next year. Hopefully it's in person. And then the other thing is, with it being virtual this year, is to focus on getting as many people as possible to actually register and hopefully attend our virtual stream.
Wonderful. Do we have any other breakout groups that would like to share what you discussed and what your goals are?
Edward, I was going to say, I called out, or I was going to call out Todd Cohen, also from the New Jersey crew. He is amazing and had such a great thought for November awareness.
Yeah, let's do it.
Meredith, you caught me on the spot. I didn't know I'd be speaking. How dare you? I'm just kidding.
We literally talked about this.
I know we did. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, Edward kind of touched on it. Obviously speaking to someone for 30 minutes, if that's your goal for that event, then that's fantastic. I think setting a goal is so important. As the November awareness chair, I kind of look back at what I did the previous year. So if I was able to make 5 contacts and spread awareness or have events at those 5 contacts, then I maybe want to bring it up to 8 the following year. And one way to accomplish that is at meetings is to kind of assign people, think of organizations and brainstorm about who they can reach out to help raise awareness. And it could be something as small as just wearing purple and maybe sharing it on social media, right? And that small step could lead that foot into the door where it could be a larger event where they're raising money and, let's say, wearing denim on Fridays for $5 or something like that, that can snowball into something larger. So if you can get 5 one year, maybe 8 the next year, maybe 11 the next year, and if everyone in the organization or everyone in your affiliate is playing one small role in making that happen, then the big picture, it balloons and snowballs into something even larger. So start small. Feel free to start small, but then gradually you'll see the numbers increase from year after year.
Excellent point. Yeah, that's spot on. Completely agree. And I think timing wise, do we have enough time for another breakout? Maybe not. Okay, the next slide, I got my answer. So I want to just quickly focus, and I want this slide because it's use your resources. And I want to reiterate, as I did in my breakout group, that you're not alone at this. You've got a lot of resources. Obviously, PanCan, you've got Volunteer Central, where you can virtually speak with other candidates in your position or other peers, patient and caregiver services. So there's a lot of resources on the PanCan side to assist you, but there's one I do want to stress a lot, which is also that your peers, whether it's in your same affiliate or other affiliates, reach out to them. Because even in my last breakout session, I was hearing of assistance from other regions helping out So it's great, and leverage that, because we've gone through these experiences before and we can share with you what our key learnings are. So don't feel alone, and we'll definitely support you through the process. So on that note, I will pass it on to Sharice, but again, thank you everyone. Good job, keep up the work. You're doing something very important.
Thanks, Kathy and Edward. So now that we've been able to go over meeting your peers and finding out your role and articulation of both, now let's go back to our annotation screen here. So now, how confident are you with articulating your role? Let's see, we got a couple of folks. Okay, looks like we're still in a good spot. We're still doing well there. All right, and as we move a little bit further down, how confident now are you with articulating the role of your other mission committee members? I hope we've moved to the sunshine and the sunglasses and the cool guy at this point. And it looks like we have. All right. I think meeting your peers was a good thing today. What do you think? All right, good job. And just to recap, we're winding down, and some key takeaways. We wanted just to make sure that, you discuss your role and your goals with your mission committee. Make sure you identify 2 action items that you're going to take to achieve your goal. And possibly, if you do have a mission chair, email those to your mission chair or your affiliate chair. Make sure you all take some time to discuss your roles, objectives, and ideas with your mission committee. We are the sum of our parts. Each role we focus on has different objectives, but we all do our parts to be successful in our roles and our committees within our affiliates, and wage and awareness in our committees for PanCan. So as you saw that we are, a lot of things overlap with what we do, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we focus on our role and grow the mission of PanCan and being as effective as we can within our affiliates.
Great, thanks, Sharice, and
Thanks,
appreciate that recap. To close out the night, we definitely want your feedback. There is going to be a survey available right in the chat box, and you'll have another opportunity to give us feedback. It really is your peers and our staff partners that are pulling together these sessions, and they get better each time because you guys are providing us with great feedback. So thank you so much for doing that. And then what's ahead? What's ahead? We have 2 more sessions. Again, hope you and your peers will join for next week. The Mission Committee Challenges, you're not alone, talking about how to tackle, kind of the challenges of working within your committee and what comes up. And then finally, May 4th, what will be kind of our final session. But this is really just the beginning. We hope that you're beginning to forge new relationships and having opportunities to reach out to your peers and colleagues across the country that are all doing, as Edward said, the great work and moving the mission forward with PanCan. And then finally, I would be remiss if I did not mention right now, make a difference in advocacy. There is a live action alert. And again, that right there is in the chat. We're looking, it's our Dear Colleagues letter, which is basically, get your representatives to, sign on to a letter that says, yes, pancreatic cancer research is important and we want to hear from them. So takes less than a minute and it will make a huge difference in moving our advocacy efforts forward as well. And we're coming up on a deadline with that. So you can do that tonight or tomorrow. So thanks so much for that. And then finally, just want to say thank you. You guys, again, this has been every session has been amazing. Love hearing from all of you. And again, keep those conversations going. It really has been a wonderful opportunity to really focus on our mission committee. And we're really looking forward to next week's session. We are happy to stay on board for a minute or 2 if there's any burning questions. Otherwise, your staff partners and everyone are available to answer any questions that came up from this session. And we truly want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. So with that, I think we're going to say goodnight. I hope everybody has a great evening. And we'll see you next week. How's that?
Good night.